Globalization. This is one of the words where it's S if you're English or Z in the middle if you are American. But what does it mean? Globalization is the way ideas, lifestyles, and companies are spreading more and more easily around the world. It's where things go from being found in a local area to being found in every country across the globe. So here are some examples. If we start with the game of chess, it's thought to have originated in India in the 7th century and is now found everywhere. We could also look at the playwright William Shakespeare. Originally, he was found in the locality of Stratford in England. Now his plays have been translated into more than 100 languages and he's found everywhere within the world. If we have a look at Adidas, the sports and equipment and clothing manufacturer, it started in a tiny little village in Bavaria and Germany in the 1920s. You had a man whose name was Adi Dallas, and he started his company. Now it's found in over 800 factories in 55 countries. Now there are two things that have helped globalization to occur. It's improvements in transport that have made it easier to move people and goods around the world, things like planes and boats and trains, but also improvements in communications. Originally we had mail, then we invented the telephone, then we've got internet and the social media, easy now to communicate around the whole of the world. We're going to look at a pair of jeans. Let's have a look at a pair of Levi's jeans to see how these jeans rely on every part of the world. We start in the USA where the Levi's jeans are designed. They might well choose to make them in Tunisia in the very north of Africa because the workers demand a smaller salary, so it'd be sensible to have a factory there. However, the denim is grown from cotton that grows in Benin. You need tropical areas to get your cotton, and here in northwest Africa would be perfect. The softer cotton to line the pockets is grown and woven in Pakistan, whilst the polyester fibre for the thread made in Japan and using oil imported from Kuwait. Kuwait is this tiny little country here between Iran and Iraq. Sewing is done using thread from Turkey and Hungary within Europe, and the copper to make the brass buttons is from Namibia. You need a country that actually has copper. Brass also involves zinc, and the zinc to make the buttons is from Australia. So there you've got a perfect example of one product requiring many countries within the world to make it. This is possible because transport has improved and communications have improved. It will be a transnational company making these jeans. Trans means across, national means countries, so transnational company means across countries company, just one where you have all sorts of countries of the world with that company in them. Now I want to have a look now at what the benefits and problems are of these transnational companies. On the positive side, they bring in work and use local labour. You're going to have hundreds of people needed in a large factory. The wages can be much higher than the local people could get from other forms of work. And the money that the country earns can be used to improve people's quality of life, such as in building hospitals or schools or improving transport. However, these factories can close without any warning. They're there on a financial basis, not as a charity. The workers often work long hours in poor conditions for little pay in factories known as sweatshops because the conditions can be so bad. And finally, profits made can go overseas because the big companies are earning money for themselves. Again, they are not a charity.